it's grimly predictable, really, that the inquiry has kind of fallen apart before it's even begun. I mean, the Labour Party was dragged kicking and screaming into calling for this national inquiry. People will remember Keir Starmer referring to people calling for one as jumping on a far right bandwagon, just months before he finally acquiesced to actually putting this together. And the concerns that the victims, the survivors, have come forward with are precisely the sorts of things you can imagine the Labour Party dragging their feet over. There's been this specific concern about who is going to chair the panel. So far, many of the candidates have been people who've come out of the police or come out of social services. So for understandable reasons, given up and down the country, we know both police and social services were complicit in the cover-up of these horrific industrial-scale abuse of young girls. You can totally understand that. And the other aspect to this, which is something that really seems to touch on Jess Phillips and what role she may or may not have played in all this, is the allegation that there's been this attempt to kind of broaden the scope of the inquiry, to broaden it to other forms of sexual abuse, which the survivors quite understandably are saying this is an attempt to dilute what it is that they're looking at, specifically to kind of downplay any racial or religious dimensions to this, because we know from Rotherham, Rochdale, Telford and all the rest of it that particularly Pakistani Muslim men are disproportionately represented amongst the perpetrators. This was a scandal which was generated in large part in Labour areas. It was covered up because you had Labour politicians as well as local civil servants who felt that they couldn't touch this issue because it kind of offended all of their multicultural sensibilities. And they've got a Labour Party presiding over an inquiry which seems to want to engage in a kind of version of the same cover-up again.